Origin of Suffering Part 2. Richard Del Conner here. Life is what we see, then understand. Whoever we turn out to be is rarely anything planned. We enter into this world without a plan or design. Where we are going, we're not sure, until we walk that line that straightens out before us as the image in the mirror walks toward us. The direction of our path each day usually has some connection to our debts we pay. Each of us choose our destiny by what pays the bills most easily. So the reward of all our toil and pain is based on protecting wherever we remain. As we add more people and stuff, the need to suffer is not enough for the money you need to spend. Like eating a meal or sleeping each day, we accept and ignore what will never go away. The need for more money won't end. So unlike in Buddha's day, people now suffer more for more to pay to preserve their solo autonomy. Families scorn their dependent senior lives. Now each family has 5 fathers and at least 2 wives who've ignored their children completely. Since parents charge their kids rent, how can they expect their children's convalescent home payment? Today's kids were cast out at 18. So when were they taught respect or to bathe a senior clean? Sorry, I was distracted. Let's generalize beyond my scope. The origin of suffering we've all contracted is based on false hope. It's really quite easy to see step 1 of 4. Suffering is suffering until there isn't any more. Step 2 of the Noble Truth is about suffering's end. But first you have to see through what you defend. Find anything, physical or mental, that plagues you. Pick any single problem. Now here's what you do. Look at it, smell it, taste it, and be listening for all the information and notice what's missing. Step number 1 is to become a noble expert at understanding what you're doing and why it makes you hurt. Look for the answers and do research on your pain. Become an expert who can easily explain everything about your painful problem, because now you're smarter, not nearly as dumb as a child, because now you're getting smarter. Being ignorant keeps the suffering alive, though you work harder. For example, a wart. Yuck! I had those as a kid. I trusted my doctor to know how to get rid, but no, my doctor was an idiot with a scalpel in hand. I still wear the scar on my knee. Yes, I was a kid, ignorant at 10. I didn't understand that a hole in my leg meant for an entire summer I couldn't be playing or swimming with my friends. The worst summer of my childhood memory. So as warts did reappear, I was an outdoorsman, hunter, fisherman all year. I decided to conquer my suffering of warts for another reason. I guess I'll share in this report. She was a friend's mother at the bottom of the hill. She had warts on her arms and hands, but she waited too long. Waited until they grew into her bones, and there took root and roots they grew, requiring the removal of fingers and surgeries too, in order to end her suffering, more ugly than painful. But now she was untouchable, disdainful. With fingers like cauliflowers, she was a friendly witch. Just looking at her was creepy, made you kind of itch. So I asked her why she'd have warts till she'd die. She explained how her parents did really try. They cut the potatoes and rubbed those warts hard, then buried the potatoes in her backyard. No need to go further, no need to explain. Hopefully you, my audience, don't have a superstitious brain. So her origin of suffering was never understood. Ignorance is ugly, never turns out good. Add prayer, bad luck, and karma to confuse all the desperate people who don't know what to choose. All of your suffering can end, for better or worse, as you seek the proper answers instead of believing you've been cursed. Noble truth number 1 is about learning all you can, so living without suffering can become a realistic plan. That's it. Understand your suffering. Number 1.